to us going back and forth about all of this and the scenarios and everything that Mike Vrabel has done really well up to this point. But I think we all believe that he just misread this thing and did the wrong thing at the wrong time.
Well, I think Bruce Arians hit it nail on the head when you talk about the tale of two halves, as you referred to it. In the second half of this game, they had over 300 yards of offense. They ran the ball for 164 yards, and the Chargers only had 200 yards in the second half. And I would just say this as well. When you look at your play selection, okay, I can see passing it on first down. You get a holding call, you get to the 1 yard line. Once again, you are a running football team. You have an option in Marcus Mariota. You have Dion Lewis and Derrick Henry. You have elements, every element of it, with a running quarterback, an inside power runner, an outside guy. That is your strength. It's not Marcus Mariota throwing the ball. It's his options and the things that he brings you with his legs. So, yes, I have a problem with even going for it. Give your team a chance. You're 3-3 in the AFC South. You're right in the first place. This is a game that could come back to haunt you. You've put yourself in this position. You've dominated the second half right there. I mean, that was a tired defense right there you saw with the LA Chargers. So, yes, totally disagree with his decision.
So keeping your finger on the pulse of what's happening in the game at that point was critically important. However, you don't have a problem with Vrabel's aggressiveness?
Oh, I do.
You do?
You know, it worked for him early in the year, but everything that was said, first off, all the fans are, yeah, go for it. I love this aggressiveness. Well, I didn't. It's not the situation. And we heard it. Bruce Arians said it many times. Go, you're dominating. Do what you do best. You said it, Bill. 2-point conversion. Nobody's even open that time. And they didn't do that. They dominated the game. Really, overall, they dominated the pace of the game in the first half. And the Los Angeles Chargers have to go, wow, we were lucky to win that game. They had more time of possessions. The Titans stayed on the field. They were 9 of 15 on third downs. Hey, I know those are just numbers, but that was important because it did what? It kept Phillip Rivers on the sideline. And a tie would have been great.
That's not bad.
But there's another aspect to this whole thing. Remember, if you're going to make it as a wild card team, who are you likely going to be going up against in that wild card race? It could be the Los Angeles Chargers. You just lost a game in that race as well. So I think this is a huge mistake, but for the Chargers, this is a huge win for them.
Now, just one last thing I would say.
Wow.
In regards to analytics, you're going to have people come on and talk to you about the probability of going for it on fourth down and why you should do it. But there's other elements to this that you have to talk about, the pulse that you have in the game. That's not caught up in analytics. So the analytics of this game is you had a wear-down LA Charger defense. You have an offense that was going up and down the field. Take this thing into overtime, because right now I am dominating this game, and that doesn't show up in analytics. So I hear about analytics, and I agree with it. You read it, you take it into that information, but the pulse of the game as a head coach, that's what you have to make your decision.
Bill, even though I'm using another sport as a reference, Red Auerbach used to say, never lose the feel of the game as a coach as it relates to the
You know what? Marty Schottenheimer said this once to me in regards to making those calls. Don't make a decision that takes the game out of the hands of the players.
Right.
Let the players decide the game on the field. Now, if I tell you what, right now, if I'm a Tennessee Titan, we owned that team. We were winning that team. We were imposing our will on them, and maybe one decision cost us an opportunity to give us a little extra time.
To be fair, though, I mean, I understand a young first-time head coach. He's real close in age to these guys. He's got them believing in what he's selling them, and he wants to tell them after the game, hey, guys, and I guarantee you he'll say it. If this ever happens again, we're going to do it again. And the reason we're going to do it again is because I believe in you. We all know that, the emotional side of the game. You know that.
Come on, just believe in you.
Wow.
And go from there and win the game. That's what I believe.
And I would
let me just say this. Tennessee, everything about the game went their way. And it was there to win, and they couldn't do it. That just shows you what kind of team they are. Marcus Mariota has a touchdown at the end of the first half. He underthrows, it gets tipped, it gets intercepted. All those things. And, Bill, you said it. They had the game in hand. They're dominating play. Bruce Arians said it. Go ahead and take it into overtime. And the coach made a big mistake.
And I'll just say, Mike Vrabel, he's going to continue to grow as a coach because of situations.
Hey, we're going to fucking lose every goddamn time, stupid-ass motherfucker.
In hindsight, and moving forward, don't think that that's not going to be sitting in the back of his head. It worked out great when they went against the Philadelphia Eagles, and he went for it on fourth down on 3 times in that game-winning drive in overtime. But you know what?
Should have tied that shit up, win the overtime.
Subjective. And again, I think when you look
we had the fucking game.
Look back and think about this, and maybe in hindsight, it'll be something he'll bank in his memory.
So we
could
passed
throw to the head coach.
And
This ain't high school football, coach.
Flip it back to what Philip Rivers did, who had an excellent day as well too.
Well, he did. You know, Phil Rivers, when he was on the field, he had a few big plays down the field. He had two